Hello everyone, welcome to my channel.io. Everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video like up. The morning sun filtered through the Forrester mansion's vast windows, casting a golden hue over the breakfast spread that lay untouched. Ridge Forrester stood near the window, sipping black coffee, his gaze lost somewhere beyond the Los Angeles skyline. The air was heavy not with conflict, but with contemplation. His recent reconnection with Brooke had stirred old feelings, but uncertainty still clung to him like a shadow. Enter Taylor Hayes, poised and calm, yet carrying an electric storm within her. Dressed in elegant cream slacks and a flowing sky-blue blouse, she walked into the room with quiet confidence. There was something different in her energy, so purposeful that even Ridge took immediate notice. "Good morning," she said softly, eyes catching his with a calm intensity. Ridge turned, raising an eyebrow. "Taylor, you look glowing." She smiled, but there was no flirtation in her expression, no games, just honesty. "I have something I need to say," she began. Act 2. Flashbacks and emotional anchors. Before she could go on, Ridge moved to sit on the couch, gesturing for her to join him. The emotional space between them had been narrowing in recent weeks. Memories had resurfaced of their children, of laughter, of shared losses. The episode elegantly cut between present day and emotional flashbacks. Taylor holding newborn Steffi in her arms, Ridge watching Thomas take his first steps. Their quiet moment of grief after Phoebe's passing, holding hands without words. It was a reminder to viewers, theirs was a love forged in both joy and pain. "I've been thinking," Taylor continued, her voice trembling ever so slightly, "about everything. Us, our history, our mistakes, and our victories." Ridge set his mug down, suddenly alert. "Taylor, what are you saying?" She inhaled deeply. "I'm saying, maybe it's time we stop circling around what we both know is still there." Act 3. Steffi and Thomas react. Meanwhile, over at the Cliff House, Steffi and Thomas were having their own sibling chat, unaware of what was unfolding at the mansion. They had sensed a shift in their mother, lately calmer, more decisive. Steffi worried it had something to do with Ridge, while Thomas simply said, "Mom's always followed her heart. Maybe this time she's choosing her own happiness." Steffi's eyes narrowed. "Or maybe she's about to get hers broken again." Thomas shook his head. "What if this time she breaks the pattern?" Their conversation hinted at both concern and hope, a sense that something was building, something seismic. Act 4. The proposal heard around Beverly Hills. Back at the mansion, Taylor did what no one expected, not Ridge, not viewers, not even herself, until the moment it happened. She pulled out a small, elegant box. "I know this is unconventional," she said, voice now strong, "but I'm tired of waiting for life to give me permission. Ridge Forrester, will you marry me?" The camera stayed on Ridge's face for a long, silent beat. Shock, confusion, awe. "You're proposing to me?" Ridge finally asked, almost laughing in disbelief. "Yes," Taylor said without blinking. "I love you, I always have. And I'm not asking you to compare me to Brooke or weigh old memories. I'm asking you to choose this, me, now." A hush fell. Time seemed suspended. Ridge's mouth opened, but before he could say a word, the front door burst open. Brooke Logan stood there. Act V. Brooke walks in. Brooke had come to speak with Ridge, perhaps hoping to rebuild their so-called destiny, but when she saw Taylor kneeling, box in hand, and Ridge staring down at her like the wind had been knocked out of him, her eyes widened in disbelief. "Is this a joke?" Brooke snapped. Taylor stood, box still in hand. "No, Brooke, this is very real." Brooke looked from Taylor to Ridge. "You can't be serious." "Why not?" Taylor shot back. "You've had decades to decide if you two belong together. Maybe it's time Ridge gets to see what another kind of love looks like, the kind that doesn't revolve around betrayal and jealousy." The air between the three was combustible. Ridge rubbed his temples, caught in an emotional storm. "I need a moment," he whispered. He stepped outside, leaving both women in stunned silence. Act VA. Eric and Donna Way. In across town, Eric, Forrester and Donna were enjoying brunch when the news reached them via a call from Thomas. Eric dropped his fork. "She did what?" he asked, blinking. Donna was equally shocked. "Taylor proposed to Ridge." Eric leaned back, slowly nodding. "You know, that woman has always had strength people underestimate." He stood, thoughtful. "Maybe Ridge needs someone who isn't caught in the destiny cycle." Donna looked skeptical. "You think he'll say yes?" Eric smiled faintly. "If he's smart, he will." Act 7. Ridge's solitary moment. Ridge sat near the Forester pond, the weight of decades pressing on his shoulders. His heart was tangled in memories. His first kiss with Brooke, Taylor waiting up for him during long work nights, the grief of their fractured family, the hope they'd found in rebuilding it. Could he start anew? Could love really be this simple and brave? He pulled out his phone. A picture of Taylor with their children stared back at him. He smiled, and then he stood up. Back in the living room, Brooke had stormed out, leaving Taylor alone. Ridge entered, quiet and purposeful. "I didn't expect that today," he began. Taylor chuckled softly. "Neither did I, but I meant every word." Ridge walked to her, eyes never leaving hers. "I don't know what the future holds," he said, "but I do know one thing: I don't want to lose this chance." He reached for the ring box in her hand, and slowly, he opened it. "Yes," he said. Taylor blinked. "Yes." Ridge smiled. "Yes, let's take this leap together." They embraced, not with the heat of passion, but the depth of shared soulfulness. The camera zoomed out slowly as the sun dipped lower, symbolizing the end of one cycle and the beginning of another. Final montage. Reactions across town. Brooke, alone at Il Giardino, sips wine with a storm in her eyes. Steffi and Thomas, wide-eyed, get the news via text and exchange cautious smiles. Eric and Donna, watching the sunset, toast to new beginnings. Hope, surprised and quietly reflective, seems caught between joy and worry for her mom and herself. The final shot. Taylor placing the ring on Ridge's finger, both of them looking more hopeful than they have in years.